Welcome to the Active Trader Setups Tutoring Reference Series, where we'll be reviewing charts and exactly tutoring you on how to set those charts up from scratch, what the indicators are on each chart template that's shown over on our Trader Members site under Products. So you go to tradermembers.com, click on the Products tab, and we have the page set up for our members, as well as it's open to the public if you want to learn more about our charts. We have each chart outlined, each template. We have a different section for the futures charts, and we're taking each chart one at a time and showing all the indicators that are on the chart, telling a little bit about what they tell you, showing you where the scanners are located to scan for the inflection points that are shown on these charts, as well as at the very end of each of these reference tutoring videos, we will have a step-by-step instruction of how to create this chart from scratch with a new chart, starting with the data series and then loading the template. That'll be in about the last 5 minutes of each of these videos. That'll be shown right above the chart template on the page, and this will be the name of the video on the YouTube site that's shown right below the chart template on the page. So it's Products page at tradermembers.com. That's open to the public as well. So you want to remember this if you're having to reconstruct a chart, or you want to place a chart into a workspace you already have open. You don't have that chart there and you need to build it because you want to start using it in your workspace that you've already got created. You'll go over, find this video, just fast forward over the last 5 minutes, and it'll show you how to create each chart from scratch. And be sure to watch on our YouTube channel. We got the Active Trader Setups Trading Setup Series that's coming out 3 and 4 times a week, where we're reviewing actual charts from the day, that's using the chart and the indicator setups that are on that chart to use practical application of the indicators on the charts, how you're going to read them and how you're going to react and trade to them. That's an ongoing series for our clients to learn from, as well as our guests to learn more about our trading package. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be watching for that series multiple times a week. This video is brought to you by Active Trader Setups Trading Package, a day trader setups company. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're here, and go over to daytradersetups.com. You can find out more about our package under our features area, our registration area, as well as our education and training. We have a YouTube channel page that has links to various videos as well. And then you can go over to our members site. It's called tradermembers.com. Go to the products page, and we have a full listing of reference materials for our traders to access, but this page is open to the public. It goes over each of the charts and what they have on them, the indicators, the indications, how to scan for those, and so forth. This video is on chart template Bull Zone, Bear Zone, Any. It says Bull Zone, Bear Zone, Any in the lower left here. It's built on a 15-minute chart. And we're also going to combine this video to also include the Bull Zone, Bear Zone Daily. They actually built the same way and they work the same way. So we're going to cover both templates in one video. So Bull Zone, Bear Zone Daily template just is loaded on a daily chart, and the other's loaded on smaller. You can change them both. They have the exact same alerts on them and indicators. As a Power Momo chart, that's the yellow and blue bands plotted on standard candles.
This is set to daily. It can actually be changed to a weekly if you wanted to, or even a 60-minute. It's called the bull zone, bear zone daily, and it has the bull zone level, and this changes every bar. These levels are moving, so they're only plotted exactly where the level, what I consider being in the bull zone, is. The Momo indicator has nothing to do with the bull zone. You don't have to be above it at the time. Like this big candle, it could cause the two blue ones to come into the bottom down here prior to crossing wherever that red line was at the time. The red line at the time was up here. And that's the bull zone area or bear zone area. When it crosses that line, it'll stay there to the end of the candle period, and then it'll recalculate. So if you're on a daily chart, it stays there all day. If you close the end of the day below that line, you are in the bear zone. And if you can get yourself into a momentum run, it can have green and red bars in it. But if you're staying below that level, as that level recalculates every bar, I still consider that to be in the bear zone at the close of each bar. This is also exactly what we have: a swing trader setups package that doesn't require tick data. Traders run it off of standard candles. They can run it off of free end of day to scan daily and weekly candles. They can run it off of maybe Interactive Brokers is a data feed using the standard, 1 minute candles or bigger, and Thinkorswim and a couple of the others that you can plug in without tick data, and you can produce these charts. And so if you're looking for an alternative and you don't want to, maybe you don't trade that often, you're just looking for a good charting setup, it's only looking for momentum breaks, and this is all that's included in that package, is our power bands, our power indicator at the bottom, which is what the scanners are built off, and our bull zone, bear zone plot on the charts. Now here's the bull zone, bear zone INI, set to the 15-minute setting on the template. And you load the template. Whatever data series you have is what's it's gonna load on. If you got a 5-minute chart open, it's gonna load on a 5 minute. So one data series chart. The daily's the same way. And what you're looking for is consolidation. And then when you can get the double break, now this wasn't a double break on this candle, you got the lower, we call them blue ones, it's -1 and +1. When the bands up here are yellow, you got a solid yellow line. Right here, it gave you a blue line, then it went back yellow, and then it went back blue again here. Right there, let me get the crosshairs in the right place for you. Right there, you had the blue line at the bottom on that red candle up there. The next bar, which is the small little red one, you got the blue on the opposite side to join it. That is a sign of momentum building in the direction of these candles, whichever direction it may be. When the opposite band starts to push away, if they're simultaneous, we like that. If they're not, it's fine as well, but we like it better when they're simultaneous. But we're looking for consolidation. We're not looking for this blue up here. We're looking for the first blue, the break of the consolidation. And if it's a big gap candle way up here, it kind of negates it. It's probably going to pull back. We're not real interested in that, but it's still going to show up on the scanner. Now, you can see that right here, this gave you an indication of more momentum building to the downside. The harder the upper bar pushes, the upper line pushes away, it's an indicator of the downside momentum to come in the very beginning bars. So here, this was a big candle, but it didn't turn anything blue to the next morning. The next morning, next daily candle, this turned both of them blue. And this green line was right here at that time. So it gapped up into the bull zone and had this green day. Then it rested a red day. That kind of gives you an opportunity, if you're interested in taking this long, even on the red day, the lower line remained blue, still indicating more momentum to come. That gives you an opportunity to pick up maybe some options or to enter at a lower price to go and create this 2 or 3 day little run here. This can actually run for days. Like right here, this came in on this bar, and then you had multiple days down for this would have been around $255. This went all the way down to $232 in 3 days. That's what this designed to do. It can be run on the end-of-day data. We have a lot of scanners on the trader member section. There's some older videos that are very lengthy that discuss all kind of scanners, and the scanners for these bull and bear zones are discussed in great detail there. We've discussed them some in the original first video on the 3 algo wick. We discussed some of those scanners that are set up for the end of day briefly in that video. There's other videos on all of our scanners, and then I'm going to show you here again about the scanners for these charts. Now this is part of the ATS trading package. It's included in it. It can be run by the less frequent traders, or if you're someone that you're using the product and you end up using this more than anything, you're not really using the wick bars, you're not using the clouds and the things that require tick data, or you're not trading very often and you want to go to something lesser, you can switch over to our swing trader setups package, and this is all you're going to get is what you see pretty much right here in that package. But it's only $39 a month, and it doesn't require tick data. So you can use some of your free data sources, or you can just run it on end of day free data from NinjaTrader. Okay, first I've opened up a different workspace to show you. It's in your list of workspaces, end of day scan tab, quick load, no 100. That means all the wick bars and so forth are less than 100 size, so you can load the scanners faster, less resources required. In this workspace, you have end of day, 30-minute, 60-minute bull zone, bear zone. This scan runs the end of day price against the bull and bear zone scanners of the chart we were just been looking at. Now, that doesn't mean you can run it on free end-of-day data. Free end-of-day data doesn't include 30 and 60-minute charts. This would be something you could run, of course, on your tick data, but as well, you could run it on free feed from Interactive Brokers, Thinkorswim, or other non-tick based data that you can plug into NinjaTrader. There's another one called trending. We'll discuss these in more in the video section of the trader members area. These are discussed in those older videos that go back over a year. They're still on the website. They're identified as the older version training videos, and they're discussed in there. Here's an end of day daily or weekly DW bear and bull zone scanner. It's scanning for the setups that are shown on that chart on the daily. Now these can be run with free end of day. One of the things that is an issue with NinjaTrader is if you're running end of day, even if you got the other data that can cover these 30 and 60-minute charts, they don't work very well, and last price being equal to end of day. Last price could be some tick that happened an hour and a half after the market closed, $3 above or below the closing price. We have a custom indicator called end of day close that we built that will identify that price and make the scanners work. The same indicator is used at the end of day when you're using the connection. If you look at the top here, there is a kinetic end of day free. That's daily and weekly stuff. If you try to run these scans without this indicator off of that data, you're not going to get any results. They don't want you to be able to scan a lot. They just want you to be able to look at some charts and offer that as free. We built this so that you can utilize that totally free data connection and get results on weekly and daily bull and bear zones. There's some more scanners. I may have this down a little bit low. I'm not sure if you've been seeing what I've been talking about or not. This is the workspace, end of day scan tabs, and it has these bull and bear zone scanners. And I'm going to look over here and see what else is in here. Some force alerts. That, of course, requires the wick. Scanners. I think that's all it has to do with the bull and the bear zone in here. Okay, this one is labeled. This one's labeled free end of day. This is the one designed to be run with the free end of day data. The other one, it will run off your normal data. So this one alone could be run with free end of day, and you could do that with the swing trader setups over here. What does a free end of day do for you? If you have tick data, well, maybe you have a kinetic account that has a 100 symbol limit. This particular scanner that's running off of standard data, you can load 300 symbols in here. It's not going to bog down like 300 would bog you down on the tick data type scanners. Also, if you switch over to the free end of day, you can load more than the 100 symbol limit you might have on your kinetic account. So that's why we label this as that, to give you that option to switch off your tick data and switch on the free end of day and run this scanner. Now, it'll give you the results in your log up here, and then you can go and investigate the charts themselves and see if it's what you're looking for, and you'll learn more about what you're looking for in future videos. Additionally, I want to show you what happened when you installed your package. Under workspaces, you see this list of workspaces. Workspaces are not like charts that allow you to go inside of folders. I have requested that NinjaTrader do that for us, so we won't have so much stuff in this folder. I've gone down into my documents folder. I've got inside of the Ninja 8 space. I went inside of workspaces, and all these workspaces are what you see in my pull down here and your pull down. But also, when I install this package for you, we separated out. This is V1 for version 1 end of day scanners, and there's some more scanners in here for smaller ATR setups and so forth, and you can bring those into your workspaces and use as you would like to. And as you find this in here, you're probably finding a lot more workspaces that were tucked back in there, and those are from the version 1 scanners. Multiple scanners are in those folders that go back all into the version 1 videos that we teach on the Trader Members website. They're still applicable, they still work. So that's how you scan. We're going to show you very quickly how to create this chart template from scratch. So all we have to do is identify our data series. It's just one data series. It's either daily, 365, regular trading hours, break it into day, do not plot, or it's the 15-minute version, which is exactly the same. You just change the input to 15 minutes. Less days, of course, regular trading hours, break it into day, and do not plot. So to create the new chart, we go to Chart, New, select a symbol, go over here to minute or daily, whichever you choose. We're going to do the 15-minute. We're going to put in our 45 days. We're going to set our regular trading hours, break it into day, do not plot. I'm going to create that chart, Here's our chart. Very quickly loads. Going to go to templates, load, and this is a non-cloud, so you'll wasn't in there, excuse me. Standards candlesticks where that is, and it's the bull zone, bear zone, any. You load that, and there you have your chart. And you can actually go in and change the data series if you wanted to daily. It works on any time frame. 1 day, 365, everything looks to be right there. Switch it right over to a daily chart, just that easy. This is another great little setup right here. Showed up. You were already kind of breaking down. See how you gapped up and then it sold off for days and it was done. That was probably some kind of earnings gap. They didn't go for the earnings report, even though it gapped 1 day and sold off. By this day, you got the blue at the bottom, and by the next day, you start to get this blue here. Now look at this, what happened to this stock. You gapped up and ended up selling all day. Still had the blue to the bottom. The next day, you were down. You picked up the other blue to the top area. This stock gapped up, sold off, gapped up, sold off. But the whole time it was doing that, this kept rising, and then it ended up rolling over for a big sell-off. And you can see when the big push started here, it came up. Now the red and green red line for the bear zone, it would have been moving in these days here, so you'd have been above the bear zone line when this was closing, but eventually you got below it. And when it broke down, you end up with a big sell-off. Multiple days. This ended up being about a $10 move in about 5 days. That's all there is to this chart. Thanks for watching our videos. This video is brought to you by Active Trader Setups Tutoring Reference Series, where we're dissecting the components of each chart and all the indicators that are shown on the charts and how to read them and what they're intended to inform you about. Be sure to watch a complete series on any other chart templates you need information on, and as well as be sure to tune in to our trading and training series, where we'll be looking at real-time setups on the charts as they progress through the day, and you start to learn to recognize how you're applying all these indicators to your trading. We're taking the charts and the indicators and learning how they apply to real-time trading and reading the charts. That's the trading and training series. We're putting that out 2 to 3 times a week during the week, and then also on the weekends we're going to have a weekend chart talk video that goes into many more charts that showed up throughout the week, and mainly concentrating on the cloud setups and the ATS Inflection Charts. Thanks again for watching our video. Learn more about our trading package at ActiveTraderSetups.com.